Compared to the larger predators of the Cretaceous period, a smaller hunter lurked in the shadows. It hunted at night, using its sharp intelligence to set traps for its prey, striking with its sickle-shaped claws. Known as one of the most intelligent dinosaurs of the Cretaceous, are you ready to discover the most terrifying trait of Troodon? And can you help me reach my goal of 1 million subscribers? If dinosaurs had never gone extinct, it is predicted that over millions of years, Troodon could have evolved into a human-like intelligent being. This dinosaur did not repeat its mistakes. When it spotted prey, it would first scan its surroundings before attacking. It never rushed in blindly just to feed and risk exposing itself to other predators. Instead, it lived by constantly planning its next move, always thinking ahead before acting. Millions of years ago, in the forests of what is now the American continent, as night fell and most animals searched for shelter and safe places to hide, a predator would wait for darkness to begin hunting. Its large, highly developed eyes could detect the smallest movements. It would ambush its prey, sometimes waiting for hours in complete stillness, and strike at the perfect moment. It hunted with extreme precision and extreme brutality. The fact that it doesn't exist today is, for us, a very fortunate thing. This dinosaur wasn't dangerous only because of its intelligence. It had sickle-shaped claws that were far larger and sharper than an eagle's talons. When it attacked prey with thick skin and a powerful body, it didn't rely on speed alone. It used its strong legs and razor-sharp claws to pin its victim to the ground and tear it apart. Once it caught its prey, it would take full control, leaving it completely defenseless and slowly establishing dominance without ever allowing escape. These claws were one of the greatest advantages of Troodon. And if you haven't subscribed, yet don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Troodon didn't only use its intelligence for hunting. It was also an extremely careful guardian of its eggs. Evidence suggests that it didn't leave its eggs randomly scattered, but instead built organized nests in safe locations. These nests were usually hidden and well protected, and the eggs were arranged in a structured pattern. Throughout its life, it seems to have acted intelligently in every moment, not just relying on instinct, but moving in a planned and calculated way. The most striking part is the strong indication that it stayed near these nests for long periods of time. In other words, Troodon didn't simply lay its eggs and leave. It took risks to protect them. When danger approached, it wasn't just a creature that would flee. It could defend its nest, distract threats, or even attack when necessary. This behavior shows that it wasn't just a predator, but a creature that may have thought about the future and actively worked for the survival of its species. And that's why Troodon stands out from other dinosaurs, not only because of its intelligence, but also because of its sense of responsibility and protective instincts. The most dangerous feature of Troodon was its thin, sharp, serrated teeth. The name Troodon actually means wounding tooth. This animal got its name from its teeth for a reason. When it bit into its prey or an enemy, it could drive its teeth deep into the flesh, and as it pulled back, they worked like a saw, tearing through it. The most terrifying thing about Troodon wasn't its teeth, its intelligence, or even its claws. It was the fact that no prey could escape from it. With its long, powerful legs, it could run faster than a horse. And thanks to its large claws, it could change direction instantly, almost like a rabbit, without losing speed or balance. Among predatory dinosaurs, the one at the very top of the food chain was undoubtedly Troodon, because it had everything. Contrary to what we might think, Troodon wasn't covered in smooth, scaly skin. Most of its body was covered in feathers. Thanks to this, it could regulate its body temperature, survive in colder climates, and blend into its surroundings while hunting. Aniken, when it moved through the trees, it could camouflage itself so well that unless it wanted to be seen, no one could spot it. One of the most important advantages of Troodon was that, despite having a long, muscular body, it was extremely lightweight. When running, it placed less pressure on the ground, moving almost as if it were jumping. This allowed it to accelerate much faster and gain speed quickly. It was one of the most dangerous, intelligent, and fastest predators to have ever existed on Earth. Once it chose its prey, no living creature could escape it. And even if they managed to run, they still couldn't survive. One of the most important advantages of Troodon wasn't just its physical abilities, but its incredibly sensitive perception of its environment. It had highly developed senses that could detect even the smallest sounds and the slightest movements, allowing it to understand everything happening around it long before most other creatures could. When danger approached or when prey began to move, it had already sensed what was going to happen, because for it, events often felt over before they even fully began. And this gave it a constant advantage of always being one step ahead, making it not just fast or strong, but a predator that seemed to know everything before it happened. This is the final feature that made Troodon stand out from other predators: its incredible ability to adapt to different conditions. When its environment changed, when prey became scarce, or when danger increased, it didn't panic. Instead, it became one of the fastest species to adjust to new circumstances. It could change its hunting methods, update its movement style, and completely shift its strategy depending on the environment it was in. This flexibility didn't just make it a powerful hunter. It also gave it a nearly impossible to eliminate survival advantage. And that's why Troodon is considered one of the most unique predators, capable of surviving under very different conditions, not just for a moment in time, but across changing worlds. Intelligence, speed, sharp teeth, and sickle-shaped claws. Troodon wasn't just a predator, but a deadly creature that reached the top through perfect balance. And when all these traits came together, it wasn't just a hunter anymore. It was something you had already lost to the moment you got close. If you enjoyed the video, you can subscribe and leave a like to support me. It would really help me reach my goal of 1 million subscribers.